The Intel IoT Ignition Lab, it's a business innovation center where we work both with new business innovation and also accelerate scale out of this innovation. Here in Sweden in particular, we are focusing on smart buildings as part of smart sustainable cities and also the connection to the smart grid.
Connode provide wireless mesh communications. We pretty much focus on what we would term the smart city, where we see the opportunity of connecting all the various parts of the components of the city. And if you have a street light, such as this one, you have a limited amount of information, but you do want to have the device out there for many, many years without having to go there and replacing it or doing maintenance. We're developing a prototyping toolkit. So in here we have the Connode mesh communications. We have the Edison processor in there, and it's done in such a way so you can very easily reconfigure it and obviously write new software. If you take the mobile and especially the 4G networks, you combine them with this kind of local meshed IPv6 network, you get a very smooth and attractive way of actually connecting billions of devices.
So the lab will work as a one-stop shop for Intel technology, coming all the way from the cloud to the network to IoT gateways and sensors, and as well software, key software building blocks with particular focus on end-to-end security, which is absolutely essential in terms of Internet of Things.
Clavister is a manufacturer of security gateway. Today we are in the business of virtualized gateways, and we're also on the appliance side. We have started to work with Intel a number of years ago, and we have now come to a point where we are exchanging the equipment they have, going over to smart city security gateway solution, built on something we announced last year, consolidation of 3G, 4G and Wi-Fi access. What we did also put on top is the IoT part, which is normally 6-low-pan based solutions. We can take this solution, put it into big buildings. We can take it into arenas, which is multi-tenant, if anything is multi-tenant. We can take it into rental apartments or rental buildings and give each tenant its own policies, its own applications, and its own right to exist and have full privacy and integrity.
In order to provide the best and the winning solutions, we have to work with the best innovators, both small companies as well as large companies, and we have a lot of them here in the region.
The company Ngenic is an Uppsala-based company doing energy control, knowing when houses need energy and knowing when they don't need energy. You need to connect the outside sensor, which is the one that you react on to get the heat in. So we cut the wire, put this little control unit in between, and it fakes the value of the outside temperature. So it moves your house to another country or other area. Then you have an inside sensor that measures the actual value of the temperature inside and also the light levels coming into the house. So you can react on light coming in, because that's a lot of heat. You could hook up your plans for vacations and so on, but you should only set the temperature you want. Now we come to the level where we see that, for example, the Intel gateway, which is they are providing, would be a significant cut in costs and in the development time. And then we could also hook into other smart home systems. For example, the yoga system here.
We use our Ignition Lab as a meeting place for the ecosystem, and we also connect the local ecosystem to our global ecosystem.
KTC is a family-owned company who work with real estate-related controls. We would like to connect the systems that already exists in smart facilities, such as lighting, electricity, chillers, fans, blinds, security, programs for space management, etc. These systems are not fully integrated today, which means that a lot of information that could help each system to work at its best is lost. We have created this with Intel and Clavister, and it's a smart hub that you can provide all the systems in the facility, and you can make them going into the hub and then out on the cloud. From a sustainability point, it's really good if you can access the internet as a service, because if you're going to do that, you're going to need a secure platform to make it happen. And that is what KTC and Clavister and Intel have provided to the market.
We engage in real concrete business development projects with partners. One particular example, we're working with Coor Service Management and Yanzi and Telia Sonera on next generation enterprise facility management services using IoT.
In an office environment, for example, we take care of waste bins and projectors and copy machines and coffee machines and so on. And what we would like to do is actually to take the information from these things, make them smart, and use the information to deliver better services.
Yanzi provides an end-to-end IoT platform, and we have everything you need to connect things to the internet.
Most of the solutions today are built in verticals. So basically you have to install 3 or 4 different infrastructures to get the information out. And that's where I see Yanzi as a partner, so to secure that we can connect anything to a horizontal platform instead.
We have a gateway, which is Intel-based gateway, that creates a mesh network, 802.15.4. And then we use this network to connect wireless sensors. So each employee that has responsibility to cover a certain area can actually have everything instantly and set their own alarms. For instance, temperature alarms in certain sections. One of the really key strategies with Yanzi is that you can do this installation yourself, or Coor can do it themselves. The gateway are SIM connected, and everything can be moved by Coor employees.
Apart from being a tremendous business opportunity for all companies, it's also a great opportunity to contribute to sustainability. There is an estimate that we actually can reduce, by the support of ICT and Internet of Things, reduce greenhouse emissions by 20% up to 2020. And it all comes from things like making buildings much more efficient, making the transportation network electrified and much more efficient.
All communities around the world and all governments are looking to build up an infrastructure to charge electrical vehicles. If you do that and add on, for example, intelligence, you can get a Wi-Fi, hotspot, whatever. And then you have different ways of getting paid. One is to charge the electrical vehicle. Another one is to put on sensors that you have a need for. Or the third one can be Wi-Fi communication. Or the fourth one, very important. Everybody that's looking towards the next generation of smartphones, they are talking about taking away all the big base stations. And all small cells are going to be like a gateway or a base station. And then it fits in perfectly. If we look towards the traditional way of putting up a charging unit, you're going to do digging, use concrete, and then you're going to maybe dig a long way to put down a cable, whatsoever around that. There's a high cost, and at the same time that is something that gives you more pollution because you use big machines and trucks and so on. By using a traditional existing light pole, you don't have those issues. In the top part you have the intelligence, and there we put in the Intel platform, and that gives us a possibility today to use IoT.
We have to adapt a type of lean startup approach, which means practically do something fast, put it out and get the user feedback, and then continuously improve in steps, because you can never figure out in terms of PowerPoints what will actually fly. You have to test it practically and get the feedback and get the proof points. And you have to do the same both with the technology as well as with the business model. You have to basically prototype the business model, the pricing and the value chain. So all that comes together in creating these proof points.
Building information model is the model of the building. The modeling is the information of the model. What kind of door is it? What color is it? What kind of different kind of service that will be provided in the house. So we create an information model on this, and what we do next is we add Internet things to the model, so the model will actually talk to us. You can connect also external service provider to this. You know that you have to serve this 4 times a year. You make your check on that fire extinguisher. They can find this fire extinguisher in this building, in this room. So when they get there, they need to read the QR code or RFID tag to actually know that they are there and done the things. And when they have done that, they can also report that they have fixed it and they will get paid. Instead of just giving you an information, we can help you to update the information during the build's lifetime.
Of course, we are continuously bringing in new partners and new projects. We are continuously expanding that, and we're also sharing the ideas and results and projects between our different labs around the globe. So that's happening really fast. And we will put a further emphasis in the next step, of course, of scaling these solutions, which is a major challenge for the industry. A lot of innovation actually stay on the research stage. We have to put a lot of emphasis actually on supporting the innovators in scaling these solutions between the different markets.